Hey guys, this is Tad, your homestead provider. We're out here in the bee yard. We are fixing to do what's called the Demaree Method to increase the numbers in this hive right here. Now, this hive right here, out of all these boxes I have sitting here, this hive is the only one that has a colony of bees in it. We've been building after a couple of years ago. We lost every one of them, every one of our bees. We've been building ever since. So with this Demaree method, you can really increase your numbers in this beehive, and with increased numbers in beehive is increased amount of pollen and increased amount of honey ultimately. So not only that, and as we're doing this, there will be swarm cells to form in this. Swarm cells equals more colonies of bees. So it's a win-win. More honey, more bees, more colonies to expand the apiary. So we have an upcoming honey flow here shortly. So I want to get as much production out of this hive as I can. And by doing this method, it's going to increase the numbers drastically, and it will boost our honey storage. So let's get to it. This is actually a second time I did this before. I have one that we're going to go check on here in a minute that I did last week. We'll go check on that one and see how it's doing from that manipulation last week. So we're fixing to do this one right here. Now I'm going to move around to the back side of this hive and work from the back. Alrighty, now let's get into this hive right here. So I got my smoke going. We are really fixing to do this. You really have to go through the hive. Ideally, you find the queen. If you don't, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. The other one that I did last week, I didn't find the queen. So we're going to see how that turns out whenever we go through it here in just a little bit. But ideally, you find the queen. So let's see what we got going on here. Now this one, a couple weeks ago, I went ahead and put a honey super on just in case. Doesn't really look like there's a lot of activity in it, which is not surprising because we are not in a honey flow yet, but we'll be shortly. So they are working that a little bit, putting a little bit of some looks like nectar into this one. Oh yeah, look at there. So this frame right here, it's got a lot of nectar in it, some capped honey. So, all right, let's take this off. There's a little bit of brood in there. So this frame was actually down here whenever I was into it last time, and there is a little bit of brood in it still because there was actually some eggs in it whenever I did it last time. It's been a few weeks ago though, so. All right, now on this hive, I have a hive body and then I have a medium. That is what I sometimes use for the brood chamber, medium and hive body. With this method, you will use two hive bodies. So we're going to have to convert this medium over to a honey super and be sure the queen's not on it. So we're going to have to go through it. This frame right here, they're putting honey in, putting nectar in. Does have a few hive beetles on it. Try to kill every hive beetle you see. Alright, so I'm going to just set this to the side over here as I'm going through it. So this is a frame of pollen and honey, capped, some of it's capped. And then they do have some nectar in here. I do not see the queen there. I do not see the queen here. One good thing about this hive stand, the frames fit perfectly in the middle of it. So whenever you're going through a hive, you can just set them off to the side. That way they don't fall or nothing else. Now they are exposed to the elements, but it's not like you're leaving them out there very long. This frame right here, a lot of capped honey, a lot of nectar, and no queen. There's a chance they've already pushed her into the bottom brood chamber, so they could start using this one for honey storage. Alright, so this one right here, there's a little bit of capped brood. There's a few eggs. I do not see the queen on this side. Do not see her on this side either. So we're going to just set this to the side here. Quite a bit of capped brood on this one. Do not see the queen anywhere. There are definitely some eggs. There is some larvae. It's not been capped yet. Do not see the queen anywhere. So I'm gonna set this into the side. So this one has a lot of eggs, a lot of brood, a lot of larvae, varying stages of larvae. No queen that I can see. No queen. So, a lot of brood. No queen. No queen on that one either. So that bottom bar actually come off of that frame there. I'll have to work on that. Alright, this one here, solid frame of brood. Do not see the queen on it, that side. Do not see her on this side. I'll cut that out. It almost looked like a swarm cell there. Now, really the main point in doing this is to prevent a swarm, so you have large numbers. So, and by doing this, you're kind of, I guess, somewhat tricking the queen into thinking the hive is swarmed, because she'll be in a new box with nothing in it. I will put this here's solid nectar and pollen. I will put a frame of brood in there with her. Also put a couple of drawn out frames, but the rest of them will be basically new frames. Now let's start going through this one. There's the bottom bar of that one. Let's see. So I'm going to set Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's set this over here. And as I go through it, I'm going to take frames out of this one and put them in this box. And then vice versa, put frames into this one here. So let's do that. All right, I'm going to start on the edge. Quite a bit of brood in this one here. I don't see any eggs. Also do not see the queen. Nothing there. That one there, has got a honey, or got a, look at that. I've never seen that before. That one there has got a petal of a flower stuck to its leg, it looks like. I've never seen that. Is that what that is? I guess it is. I've never seen that. I guess that's what it is. That's wild. Huh. Alright, we're looking for the queen. Also being sure that there's no swarm cells or nothing like that. That's about to go down. Do not see her there. Do not see her there. Come on, girl, where you at? That's a solid frame of brood right there. It's a good one. Still no queen. It's a good, relatively strong hive already. Do not see her. There she is. There's the queen right there. All right, so I know she's on this frame, so I'm gonna stick this one back down in here. And I'm also gonna put one that's got a little brood on it as well. Let's see what this one looks like. If it's got brood, we'll put it on there. No, this one ain't got a lot of brood. Does have some honey stores. Don't have any brood actually. So that's a drawn out frame. So we'll put that one in there with her. Also, let's fill this up. So she has one, I know. Let's put another brood frame in there with her. This one here. Let's add this one to it. So there's two brood frames. One she was on was laying eggs. This one here is solid brood. That one there is drawn out comb they putting honey in. The rest of them are going to be pretty new. Don't have anything on. So let's start adding these. And then we will put the queen excluder on. So we know she's in this bottom board right here. She's in the bottom hive body right there. So let's put the queen excluder on right so we know she can't get up into the second hive. Now what we're going to do is put our honey box back in there. Because this one here I want to go on top. Alright, so let's start putting this back in here. Just like that. The point in this is to prevent a swarm, all the while getting strong numbers in your hive before you go into the honey flow. Now, this is my first year doing this. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I've watched a bunch of videos on it. I have read a whole lot about it. Seems like it is a good option to prevent swarming and building up your numbers. So this frame, all these frames right here is the ones I had sitting on the side. They have brood and honey in them. Whenever the brood hatches, actually, no, I know what we're going to do. We're not going to put them on the bottom. We're going to put the one that has nothing in it on the bottom, because whenever some of these had eggs in it. So whenever you have eggs, we're going to have to watch swarm cells being produced for potential swarms, because right now they think that the top bars are going to think that they are queenless because they're going to be so far away from the queen. So let's get that, set this off to the side for now. Now take this one that does not have anything in it, put it right here. I'm going to put it on the bottom. Now we're going to put this one on top, just like that. I'm going to take my smoker and smoke them into the hive, so try to prevent it killing as many as possible. Now, a lot of these bees right now think that they're queenless. This right here is going to be turned into a brood chamber that's going to be on top. So once a week, we're going to have to come check this hive for swarm cells and either take the swarm cells out and kill them, or add them to a different hive, or start another hive with them. Put a couple more in this one. You can tell by the sound of the bees, they think the queen's gone. The sound of this hive changed once we separated everybody. Now, the nurse bees will come up into this hive and into these two hives and tend to the eggs and tend to the brood that's in these two boxes right now. Now, the queen is all the way down here in the bottom. She will start laying in them bottom frames, and because she thinks she's just swarmed, therefore she has to do something now to keep the hive alive. So she will start putting out high production, into that bottom hive, and let's see, try to see what I'm doing. She will start putting production out in that bottom hive and building up good numbers in that bottom hive. All the while, there's good numbers in these top two boxes right here as well. Therefore, there is fixing to be a whole bunch of bees in this hive. Now, that's what you want whenever you go into a nectar flow. You want a lot of bees. And hopefully, in doing this, it's going to prevent this hive swarming, because they think they've done swarmed, which hives split every year and swarm just like that. Now, I did not see any swarm cells, but in a week to 2 weeks, there will definitely be some in this top two hives. I'm quite confident in that. Now, what I want to do, because we're in such low numbers, I want to expand the apiary. So I'm going to take frames that have good queen cells on them and start new hives with them. All the while, we will still rotate these, keep this rotation going, keep the numbers going. Now, let's go down here to this other yard and see what the hive that I did last week looks like. Now, I did not find the queen in the hive last week. I had to shake them down into the bottom board. So we're going to go see what it looks like. Now this hive right here is a strong, big hive. This one had already started making swarm cells whenever I did the Demaree method on it. So we're going to check out and see what we got going on here. I'm probably going to go through the whole thing to check and see, just because I've never did this before. I want to see what the hive looks like after you do all this. So I'm going to go through the whole thing. I probably won't go through all the honey supers, but I am going to go through the top and probably the bottom to see how she's laying and what all's happened in the bottom box. Alrighty, now like I said, this is a big hive. It's got 3 honey supers on it. So let's see what we can find out in here. Now, there are a bunch of bees, it looks like, in the top, which is what was supposed to happen. Should be a bunch of nurse bees up here working this brood. And there is. Looks like the that is what I'm gonna have to get it off to the side so I can see what I'm doing. Let's move the camera a little bit here. So, all right, let's set this one off right here to the side. See what we got going on. Alrighty. Leave that one there. Let's just come back to it. Right now, this one doesn't have a lot of honey in it yet. Right now, ooh, this one's got a lot. And there's got quite a bit of honey. It's pretty heavy. This one right here. Doesn't, the one in the middle had a lot more. This in here doesn't look like it had as, doesn't feel like it has as much. Now they say you don't have to get into, well, that's got more than I thought. They say you don't have to get into the bottom one every time. But like I said, I've never did this before. Oh, my smoker about went out. I've never did this before, so I want to see what was going on in the bottom board. Or the bottom super. So, start on the outside here. Whole bunch of eggs in this one. Queen's in here somewhere. Whole bunch of eggs. That side was nothing but eggs. This side right here looks to be like nothing but eggs. That's great. It's awesome. I'm telling you, that's a frame full of eggs right there. I'm gonna set this on this side so I can have a little more room. That's what I wanted to see. So this has been a week. Every spot in this frame right here that's available has got an egg in it. Let's take this one out. Every spot that's available right there that had an egg in it. Same thing on this side. Every spot that's available has got an egg. Now I don't see the queen. I'm not really looking for her too hard, really. That's what you want to see though. That's great. Pretty excited this is going to work. She hadn't got over here yet. They're trying to build out this cone. That was a new thing. Now this one right here, they've built out. I don't see any eggs in it yet. But there will be shortly. That's awesome. That's awesome. Trying to clean this old one up. So we got spots to lay eggs in that. That's awesome. Let's see. So I'm gonna take this right here. Where this was a frame that I had stored. They got all kinds of stuff in this bottom board here, so you want to take and clean it out. You do not want any. That'll help prevent hive beetles and everything else as far as that goes whenever you clean that out, because they can get down in there. So all right, let's go to putting this back together. Very exciting that she is laying like, oh, get out in that box. I'm sure she's on one of these frames, but like I said, I'm not really looking for her too hard. I mainly wanted to know that there was eggs, and there's a whole bunch of them. Just be sure she's not on this side here. Nope, nothing there. All right, let's put it back together. So there's that one. I'm gonna put this one on here. There's that. Killer Wall's trying to get in here. That one, both of them boxes right there has got a lot of honey in them already. A lot of nectar and honey. It's heavy. Both of them are. This one here, not so much, which is to be expected, but that's great. I'm excited. All right, let's go through these right over here and see what we got going on here. Now, All right, so this brood frame right here, pretty well hatched out. Not completely. I got a swarm cell in here. Right there, it didn't have an egg in it. Can't do nothing with that. I'll set this into the side. Box frame of brood. That is, some of it is drawn out, some of it has not yet been capped. I don't know what that is. Do not see any swarm cells, any queen cells in this one. That's okay, that's good. Now you do have to check these weekly. Because if you don't, you will have another queen in there. And they will swarm, which is not what you want. Do not see any queen cells on this one. From brood, it's almost all hatched out. Do not see any queen cells on this one. It's good. Maybe we won't find none. If we don't, that's fine too. Bunch of brood in this one, or a bunch of drone cells, not brood. No queen cells. I don't know. Might be a half a queen cell. Let's just kill it and take it out. I do not see any queen cells on this one. Sweet. Let's just take this whole section out. I don't like the way that looks. Look at there. See them queen? Right there are some queen cells. There's one that's ready. This one right here. This bee is trying to feed that one right there. There's another one over here about halfway. So this is the reason you get into your hive. Whenever you do this method, this is the reason you get into this hive every week. That is a capped queen right there. So what I'm gonna do is go get another box and put this frame in it. And then we're gonna take it and put it somewhere else. And we will put a few of these frames in there with it as well, because that's a new swarm. That is a new box of bees. We'll go ahead and take care of this one right there. Now that's the good one. It's already capped. That's what we want. All right, so I'm gonna take this frame and about 3 others. We're gonna start another colony of bees. I'm gonna put 3 of these in the bottom hive deep, and I'm gonna take them away from here Actually, no. They think that they're queenless. So I could just set them right here. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put another box right here off to the side, and this will be a new colony of bees here shortly. So I'm gonna do that. If you're liking these videos, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, because you never know what's coming next. And it does appear that this is going to work. It's going to work pretty good. It's going to work in building a good apiary, a big apiary, and also getting good numbers in honey production, because two of the three of these honey supers are already very heavy, and that tells me that there's a lot of honey in them. Now, I didn't go through them, I don't know, but that is very encouraging, because it is March, what, 23rd, I think, something like that, and the honey flow has not even started yet. So that is awesome. Now, before I leave this out any longer, I'm gonna go put this box up, get this, and then start a new swarm, or start a new colony with this one. And so that's all I got for today. I will give you updates a little long on how this is going. Obviously, it's working pretty good. So this is Tad, your homestead provider. God bless.